Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the H+H Sports Podcast. Back again with the podcast. Nothing crazy to talk about other than sadness for us Grizzlies fans. As me and Jackson were just talking about before we started recording. Steven Adams is out for the season, and the NBA is started just now as we're recording this. The Grizzlies play tomorrow. Sad day. Terribly sad. But in other bright news, football's still on. So everything to be happy
The
for.
Grizzlies were supposed to be our safety valve, though.
At least we have the Grizzlies to look forward to basketball season. Then everybody gets hurt or suspended. And we're just like, okay.
We have nothing to look forward to, boys.
No, we have the Memphis Showboats in the XFL. That's what we have.
I guess we still have Penny and his boys to hold out hope on.
You know, we're ranked 27 in the poll.
Something like that, yeah.
They couldn't just rank us, whatever. Welcome back to the pod. Another week of football has gone by, and another week of football is upon us. We are to talk about both, because that's what we do. Nothing really to comment on. Guess we can get to the pick'ems.
Pick 'em. All right, Tanner, not a bad week last week. 16-9 on the week.
Back to back? No, I went 16-9.
No, you went 12.
What was the really bad week?
That was week 7, 12-14.
Was that last week?
Yeah, week 4 last.
Shoot, was last week a 16-9?
Yeah. Why is my camera doing that?
Thought I was going crazy. Back-to-back 16-9 weeks.
No, you're not back-to-back 16-9 weeks.
Well, I've went 16-9 before, so
Yeah,
whatever.
You had the week before you went 12-14, but yeah, I wouldn't count that one either. So hold on. Meanwhile, I went 17-8, so not much difference this week. That brings
the one game difference was the one game I'm gonna get picked on for.
That brings the season totals to Tanner 130-71 and Jackson 146-55. A lot of ground.
Now my record is starting to not look so good.
A lot of ground to make up for Tanner here. Well, let's start this week with Syracuse at West Virginia.
Syracuse on a 3-game skid.
Yeah, not West Virginia, Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's favored in this game too by 3, I think.
Oh my gosh, Syracuse goes 4-0 and out of conference. It gets walloped by every single SEC team that they play. But I don't know. With all my slander to Virginia Tech.
Why are you saying SEC?
ACC.
Oh, I thought you said
Whatever.
SEC.
No, ACC. I may have once or twice or 5 times, but I meant Virginia Tech is only 3-4 with all the slander that I've given the Hokies the past 2 years. Last year they were pretty terrible. That was warranted, but Virginia Tech is 4th in the ACC currently. What the heck? We're actually gonna go with Virginia Tech. The Thursday night Lane Stadium games are vibe. So we're gonna go with Virginia Tech.
I'm gonna go with Syracuse in a bounce back game. Because
Virginia Tech goes to 500 for the first time ever.
Florida State on the road at Wake Forest.
Jumping to Saturday.
Jumping to Saturday.
Florida State, Wake Forest. Florida State played a banged-up Riley Leonard Duke team last week. Now, Duke hung in there. We had the lead for the most of the game. But then Florida State just, went nuclear the last however many minutes of the game. You want to know a crazy stat about Duke?
The one
they've only let up 97 points the entire year.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the one that 10-0 lead they had on Florida State was the largest lead they've ever had on Florida State.
Ever?
Ever.
I didn't even know about that. That's insane. But Duke has only
There's another one too.
97 points on the year.
I think they've never beat Florida State or something like that. No, they probably beat. No, what was it? What was the other stat? Oh, it's like something about a top 10 road win. Maybe they've never had a top 10 road win.
I don't doubt that. It's Duke football. But it is crazy. I looked at the standings and they've only allowed 97 points the entire year through 70 games, which isn't so crazy, but it's pretty impressive. Back to Florida State, Wake Forest. We're going to go with Florida State.
Yeah, I'm going with Florida State too. Florida State's hot, man. Florida State's good.
Wake Forest coming off a win against Pitt and a loss against Virginia Tech. Give me Florida State.
Fun little game here. Number 6, Oklahoma travels to Kansas to face the Jayhawks.
Kansas is such a fun pick. I'm going to go with OU. OU's only favored by 10.
I'll go Kansas. Give me Kansas at home.
What? Kansas upsets top 10 ranked Oklahoma. This is usually a game OU usually loses. Usually. This is a game. This is always that one loss on their schedule. If it's not Kansas State.
Yeah. The game of the week: South Carolina versus Texas A&M.
Every week, man. There's one game. A&M is favored by 14, rightfully so. South Carolina, I ain't messing with Beamer ball right now. I'm going to let you know. Beamer ball is disappointing me. We're going to go with A&M.
Fun fact, Shane Beamer has never won a game with a broken foot.
That is easy. Never.
I'm going Texas A&M as well.
It's Shane Beamer's flu game. Does he finally get over the hump after having a broken foot?
Yeah, that's
Who did A&M lose to last week? Oh, it's Tennessee, duh. Wait, no, they're coming off a bye. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I like A&M off the bye. Houston versus Kansas State.
K-State is tough and in Manhattan.
Houston gave Texas a game, which Quinn Ewers got hurt. Right.
Yeah, that was a weird game.
It was a weird game.
K-State hasn't lost at home yet this year. They have Texas next week. They don't have Oklahoma on the schedule this year. Lucky for Oklahoma. We're going to go with Kansas State.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kansas State too. West Virginia at UCF.
UCF's favored by 7. They haven't won a Big 12 game ever. Yet is what I should say. But ever is accurate as well. They're coming off a bye. They're coming off a loss to Oak State. That's right.
Who?
West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
UCF coming off a crushing loss to Oklahoma. I mean, that's what you get for running a double pass as the 2-point conversion. I mean, one of the weirdest play calls that I've ever seen. Gus Malzahn masterclass is what I say. But UCF is favored by 7 at home. I think West Virginia, coming off a 4-1 start, has no momentum after the way that they've lost the past 2 weeks. So I'm going to go with UCF at home to get their first Big 12 win.
Yeah, I'll go UCF too. The almighty Clemson Tigers.
Oh.
At Florida State. I mean, at NC State.
Clemson disappointed me, man.
Both
Picked them and then they lost.
Both of us.
I'm gonna go with Clemson because I don't trust NC State, to be honest.
And one of us on this channel picked Clemson to go undefeated this year.
I'm not gonna hold you against that. I have way worse predictions. I can't talk about predictions. I'm gonna go Clemson on the road because NC State is a team that I just don't trust.
Yeah,
Clemson is too.
I trust Clemson in a bounce back spot more than I do NC State. Number 1, Georgia, on the road at Florida. Or not on the road, but neutral site game versus rival Florida. I guess I should have phrased that better. This is I see you. I see you. In your heart of hearts, which way do you want to go?
Georgia's coming off a bye, right?
Right. First game without Brock Bowers.
Killer win against Vanderbilt, might I add. And Florida also coming off a bye. Give me Florida.
Uh-oh. Give me Georgia.
You telling me you trust Carson Beck without Brock Bowers? Come on. I know he's got more weapons than just Brock Bowers.
This is equivalent. This is equivalent to the Florida over Utah pick.
Do you think so?
No.
Last year or this year?
Last year.
Give me Florida.
No, this is much bigger than that. Like deja vu.
This is Billy Napier's. I mean, he already has a statement win, but his first ever win as a Gator coach. But I think this is Billy Napier's statement win, his marquee win as the coach. Give me.
You're either gonna look like a genius or an idiot.
Give me the Gators. Give me the Gators. I've been waiting to pick them. They've had it 5-2. 5-2. I wish they did this last year. So I could look way smarter. Florida's 3-1 in the SEC. Who's their only losses to who? Kentucky?
Yeah.
That was a rough game. And then you lose to Utah on the road, which nobody really cares. But I like Florida, man. Georgia has no momentum. You beat Vanderbilt. It's because you picked Georgia. They beat Vanderbilt by 17. Vanderbilt covers against Georgia. And you lose Brock Bowers for X amount of time. Florida's on a win streak.
The season.
He's out for the whole year?
Yeah.
Like playoffs, everything?
He had that surgery.
thought it said
Tight reps are.
indefinitely. It said indefinitely. I didn't think it was going to be a short amount of time, but
It said out for the season, I thought. Anyway,
I'm going Florida. It feels right. I'm gonna go Florida.
we'll see. BYU. Can they
Did
knock
you pick?
off? Yeah, I picked Georgia.
Oh, okay.
BYU. Can they do the impossible and knock off number 7 Texas with possibly Arch Manning at quarterback?
Think they're gonna take the red shirt off Arch?
I forgot about his red shirt. They
I
said
mean, he can still play.
Yeah, they said they were splitting reps this week though.
I think Malik Murphy gets the start because he's not terrible. But I think I don't know. I don't know if Arch is ready to play.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be Malik Murphy if I had to guess. But I did see that they would split. They were splitting reps this week, so who knows? Might see them both.
I think it's probably going to be Malik Murphy. And Malik Murphy's not bad.
Yeah, no.
He's not completely horrible. So I'm gonna go Texas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Texas. I'm gonna go Texas too. I think it's just too much for BYU. Number 20 Duke. At number 18 Louisville. Louisville's gonna have a bye, right?
This is a basketball game, right? No. Duke coming off a loss to Florida State, which if you're a Duke fan, you're not mad about it. I mean, obviously you want to win, but the way you played Florida State the whole game, I think you're okay with that. You obviously want to win, but on the road in Tallahassee, I mean, you played them about as well as you could with a crippled Riley Leonard. Louisville's coming off a bad loss to Pitt. They had the bye. Give me Duke. I'm going with Duke on the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Duke too. I wanted to go Louisville. Let's screw it. I'll go Louisville. I'll go Louisville just for fun.
I will say though, Louisville's jerseys, one of the best in the game. Their chrome helmets that they got, fire.
All right. Gotta sit up for this one. Mississippi State at Auburn.
Mississippi State's got a winning record.
Let's talk about Mississippi State versus Arkansas for a second. Quite possibly the worst football game I might have ever seen in my life.
No scoring in the second half at all from either team.
And you look at the box score and you'd say, oh, these are some good defenses. No, I hate to break it to you. No.
Mike Wright threw 12 passes the whole game. I mean, they ran the ball 36 times, but it's like
this was not a defensive battle. This was a battle of whose offense is worse.
Arkansas is 2-6, bro.
Yeah,
they're terrible.
If Pittman loses out, he gets fired. Well, he's getting fired anyways, but
I don't think he'll get fired.
No, he's getting fired. 100%.
You think Pittman's out?
Pittman's out. Pittman is gone.
I think he's pushed a culture there. I don't know if Pittman's out. He maybe next year.
They've already
this year though.
They're already talking about because if he loses out and his record's 500 or worse, they can fire him for $11 million. But if his record's better, they owe him 16.
I would give him another year.
I feel like,
they've
regressed every year.
This is KJ's senior year, and Rocket Sanders. I think he's hurt though.
Yeah, but they've regressed every year under Pittman. since that good year they had. They've regressed every year, and arguably the team's got better every year. I think
It's
Pittman's out, man.
understandable.
I think Pittman's out.
Probably. But yeah, this game was one of the games of all time. I'll say it. It was a game.
If you watch the whole
Football.
game, props to you. That's all I gotta say. You must have been a Mississippi State fan. And I doubt they even watched the whole game. They just checked the box score and saw they won. Oh, okay, we won. Back to farming.
Back to farming. Yeah, Auburn lost to Ole Miss, which I don't feel as bad about picking Auburn now. Night game of Jordan Hare. Tough.
I'm going
but
Auburn this week because I do not trust Mississippi State.
Do you trust Auburn though?
More than Mississippi State, yes.
It's probably true. But Auburn is 0-4 in SEC play. I'm gonna go with Mississippi State.
Wow. Mississippi State at Jordan Hare. Interesting.
After I picked Auburn to beat a ranked team in Jordan Hare, I'm picking Mississippi State to beat Auburn. Jordan Hare.
Speaking of bad football games, these two teams were on the ends of them. Two totally different games, but they were on the ends of them. The wrong ends. Michigan State. No, one of them was on the right. My bad. Michigan State versus Minnesota.
I told you. It's what I was gonna lose, but I told you. The second I picked Iowa, I knew they were gonna lose. You guess the score that they lost to?
12-10.
12-10. God. I was back in the circle. They're back. They're back in the circle. But like the way that they lost wasn't their fault though. Any other human being on the planet watch that punt return, tell me it's a fair catch. What did he do? He did this to keep like his teammates to be around it for being around it. He catches it and then he returns it for a touchdown. They're taking away the white boy's swag. The freaking only white corner like ever. And they're not letting him shine.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna take Minnesota in this game.
Let whites prosper. Yeah, I can't pick Michigan State. Ever. This season. I can't pick Michigan State.
Yeah, no, I can't.
We got some cold weather this week.
Yeah, we do.
Eh?
Next week here. Well, I guess it does
For
start.
everything. 34 degrees for Minnesota, Michigan State. I'm always 34 degrees in Minnesota. But like overall, these like the weather for the start times of these is getting chilly. Football weather.
Yep.
37 degrees in Kansas for Kansas State, Houston. 37. That's insane.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Two big winners from this weekend. Virginia on the road at Miami.
Miami's a Miami win for sure against Clemson. And I told you I had a bad feeling about Miami winning, and they did. I just gotta trust my gut sometimes. Every time I make a comment like that, like, "Oh, I'm picking this team, but this team's probably gonna win." That's what happens. Virginia, though, first ACC win, under Tony Elliott, former Clemson OC. And Virginia's on a win streak, man. Against top 10 ranked North Carolina on the road.
Good win.
You lose to Virginia? That's crazy. It's supposed to be 83 in Miami for the start of that game.
There goes the cold weather games.
Am I a madman? Do I pick Virginia because it's Miami?
Oh, Lord.
Am I a madman? No, I'm gonna go with Miami. Miami at home, I guess.
You know what? Give me Virginia. Give me Virginia.
You're not picking Virginia. You're not picking Virginia.
Give me Virginia. Give me Virginia. Virginia's hot.
They beat William and Mary in North Carolina.
Virginia, back-to-back road wins. Conference wins. Back-to-back road conference wins.
How about it?
Why not? Miami, Ohio. Playing Iowa. I mean, not Iowa. Ohio. Miami, Ohio. Playing Ohio. That's kind of weird.
Ohio? I'm going to go with Ohio because they're favored and at home. And that's about as far as I'm going.
I'll go Miami, Ohio.
The over-under for this game is 39.
Well, the over-under for Minnesota and Iowa was 30.5, so.
It hit for sure. We're going to. Oh, why is this over-under so low?
Yeah, I don't know.
I obviously don't watch the Maction. It's my bad. I'm going with Ohio.
Number 22, Tulane. Playing Rice.
That's it. Rice has JT Daniels. I forgot about that.
Rice is sneaky good, ain't they?
4-3. JT Daniels is
experienced. That's the word. Experienced.
That's the word, I guess. Let's look at his his lineage here. He started at USC for 2 years, Georgia for 2 years, West Virginia last season, and Rice this season. This guy's a 5-star quarterback. You know, he had a negative 149 yards rushing in 2018.
Holy crap.
Blood's been in the 2018. The only reason we don't say anything about this guy is because he sucks. But, like, this guy has been in college longer than Bo Nix.
This guy stinks.
This guy's been with 4 different colleges, bro. 4? 4. You're telling me you can't have a consistent starting job after being at 3 colleges? Maybe you're the problem, bro. But how about you look in the mirror? Bro said I'm gonna try a different place 3 times. Give me Tulane.
Bro said I got one more in me. Yeah, give me Tulane.
Bro's the Vince Carter of college football. I got one more in me.
Number 24 on a skid too. USC is on the road at Cal.
USC playing 2 very good teams back to back, but Caleb Williams has looked poopy. Absolute dog water the last 2 games. USC should not have lost this Utah game. I just don't get it. Caleb, no touchdowns, no picks. Doesn't I mean, Bryson Barnes has been the guy. I mean, Cam Rising's out for the year that we've heard. He's probably he's probably coming back again.
No, he 100% is. That's why Richard. That's why he's not coming back.
This is hilarious. Oh, has Nate Johnson been starting on games?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Bryson Barnes played against USC. I'm going to go with USC in Berkeley.
Yeah, I'm going to go USC too. I just think Caleb Williams is too much for Cal.
Yeah, Cal's all right. Definitely not as good as, I made them out to be. I had them going 7-5, I think, because of all the, guys returning.
Yeah.
And, transfers that they got. So they still could. They just have to win out. But I'm going to go with USC on the road. Struggling USC.
Number 5, Washington. Struggle win versus Stanford.
Washington. Crazy performance against Arizona State. Absolutely insane.
How do you follow that up with that?
What?
How do you follow the Oregon game up with that? Give me Washington, though. We both picked Stanford last week, and we ate our words for it, so.
I should have just picked freaking... Who did they play? UCLA? Should have just picked UCLA. I was trying to be different. What can I say? I'm going with Washington in Stanford.
Number 19, Air Force at Colorado State. Colorado State, last time they put a ranked opponent. Wasn't Colorado ranked when they played?
Yes.
That's what I thought. That's not triple overtime.
It tells you how long ago it was.
Yeah, it tells you how much we forgot about them, too.
Air Force is who I'm going with. Air Force is that team.
Number 21, Tennessee.
I'm 1-for-1 on that.
Going to Kroger Field to play Kentucky.
This is always an interesting game every year. I don't know who to pick, man. Tennessee had the Alabama game in the bag, bro. They did.
I don't understand how you get first and goal twice and you don't run the ball on first and second down.
And that's what Tennessee does is they run the ball. You go away from what works, you lose.
Right. Yeah, I mean. And am I okay. That's off my chest. My biggest pet peeve in the world. And everybody does it. It's not just Tennessee that does it. Everybody does it. My biggest pet peeve is 4th and 1 or less. Why do you line up in shotgun? Why?
Spread the defense out.
No.
I get it.
It makes no sense.
The defense has a higher chance of stuffing whatever you're going to run if you're lined up under center because they figure that you're going to run. If you go in shotgun, you spread the defense out. You spread the linebackers out. Everybody's going to spread out just in case you do pass. I like a shotgun run on 4th and 1. I like a shotgun run on 4th and 1.
I don't like it. I hate it.
I don't like a pass in that situation, but a shotgun inside zone, I don't mind it on 4th and 1.
I guess that's one thing. But if I was a college coach, there's no way I would have put the tush push in by now.
Yeah, the Eagles are the only guys that can do it.
Like, if I had Joe Milton as my quarterback, there's no way I wouldn't have put it in by now.
I mean, yeah, but who's going to push him? Bro's tush is going to push back. You know, see how big that Joe Milton is?
Put a tight end back there and let him push him.
I'm
Here
going
it
with
comes.
Tennessee.
Here it comes. Stop it. That's. I mean, you know, like. Yeah, I'm gonna go Tennessee too.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Number 3, Ohio State at Wisconsin. Ohio State coming off a big win at home versus Penn
Don't
State.
Don't remind me.
Wisconsin
Okay.
coming off a win against Illinois.
Okay. I'm going to say this. Penn State lost 20-12, correct? Penn State got blown out, in my mind. If you watch the game, Penn State did not have a chance, especially after the first half was over. Not a chance. Drew Aller couldn't complete a pass.
Yeah, it's bad.
The Ohio State defensive performance in the second half might have been one of the best that I've ever seen. Drew Aller, 18 for 42 passing. Oh my gosh. Marvin Harrison at 162 yards. I'm upset. I really thought that this was Penn State's year.
You did.
And they disappoint every year by losing this game. Now, there's no way Penn State makes the Big Ten championship if they beat Michigan and if Ohio State loses to Michigan. I think that's the only way.
Yeah.
But they had to do that first before they start worrying about that. I'm pointing at Penn State. Ohio State, that was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen in a half in my life. So I'm going Ohio State. Wisconsin is always given, not really. I was about to say they always give Ohio State trouble, but not really. I'm going to go with Ohio State.
Give me Wisconsin. Give me Wisconsin at home.
No, you're not.
Give me Wisconsin at home.
You're not picking Wisconsin. First you pick freaking, what was your first upset pick?
This week?
Kansas. You picked Kansas.
Let's shake
and now
some
you're
stuff
picking
up.
Wisconsin? Wow. That would upset me. If this is the week Ohio State decides to lose and not last week.
Braden Lott, the freshman quarterback, has looked solid. I got him. Hold on. I'll take Wisconsin to ride Braylon Allen and win the game.
It's a crazy statement.
I have room for crazy statements. You don't.
I'm going with Ohio State.
The darlings
sure.
of college football, Colorado, they're back in action this week against number 23 UCLA.
UCLA.
Yeah, I'm gonna go UCLA.
This year has already been a success for Colorado. The fact that they've had 4 wins right now is crazy to me. That team is not good.
No, they're not. And honestly, they might not win another game.
That team is not good. They're coming back to earth a lot. I mean, they're all right. It's an all right team, but you look at the team and like overvalue it a little bit because of all the transfers that came in and Dion and whatnot. But the team overall just isn't a good team.
Yeah, I would agree.
Going UCLA.
Hold on. Washington State versus Arizona State. Arizona State, I think I said this last week, but they might be the best 1-6 team in the country.
I'm going with Arizona State at home. The way that they played Washington, they get a home game this week against a team who's skidding right now. I'm going to go with Arizona State.
Yeah, I'm going to go Arizona State too. I like that pick. Oregon State, number 11 Oregon State at Arizona.
Trap game for sure. The definition of a trap game. We're going with Oregon State though. I just know if I'm going to fall into the Arizona trap, I'm going to be cooked. So I'm going Oregon State.
I'm going to go I think I bought in on Florida State. I mean, not Florida State. I think I bought in high on Oregon State before the year, right? If I remember correctly.
I think so.
No, I had him at 7-5. Never mind. Thought I had him higher than that. But anyway. No, I looked. Hold on. I'm wrong. I looked at Oklahoma State. I'm an idiot. I had Oregon State at 9-3. That's right.
It's a respectable record.
I had Oregon State at 9-3. I'm gonna go Oregon State here.
Like the pick. I agree.
Yeah. I wanted to go Arizona, but I just a little late game here. UNLV versus Fresno State. A 9:30
UNLV's
kickoff.
getting votes for the top 25.
A 10:30 kickoff for you.
UNLV's getting top 25 votes. UNLV's good at football? Excuse me?
I feel like they were a couple years ago, too. UNLV.
Give me UNLV. Give me UNLV in Fresno.
I'll go Fresno. We just have some difference here. Go Fresno at home.
Oregon, Utah. Oregon coming off a bounce back win against Washington State after losing to the hands of Washington. Man, this is a coin flip, dude. Utah obviously coming off a huge win against USC.
I'm gonna go Utah at home. Give me Utah at home.
I'm gonna go with Oregon. With no Cam Rising, Utah has looked great this year without Cam Rising, but I guess a team like Utah is gonna be hard to beat someone like Oregon without your starting quarterback. So I'm gonna go with Oregon on the road.
Utah's defense gets it done for me. That's it for the college football pick'ems this week. see if Tanner can make up some ground. I gave him a couple opportunities.
I'm excited for the Florida Georgia game, man. Like it just feels like a good pick.
That's your pick of the week.
Feels like I've been waiting to pounce on a Florida pick, and this is the perfect time against a weak Georgia team. They're not weak, but they're without their best player. So we're just gonna go with. That concludes our pick'ems for college football, and that also concludes the episode this week. We appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate you guys listening. Follow us on Spotify, follow us on Apple Podcasts. We are wherever you guys get your podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications so you guys never miss when we get an episode out. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.